Hello and welcome back to another little video. Following on from the success of my look at some of the country boots, I should say, that are more designed for men, which I did, it's coming up, it'll be a couple of years ago, this summer I had a look at that, and it's got many views, and thank you for all the kind comments that people have said about that and the interest that it's generated. It's very windy today outside, so I'm not sure whether this is going to be a successful video, but I thought I'd do a little follow-on from that. I have got some more boots to have a look at, and when we get some more ideal weather conditions, I will be doing another video on that line. But several people have asked me over the years, what do I clean? I mean, you can see these are my Dubarry Galway boots, which I garden in, and I walk, go country walks and that kind of thing. And they're very well worn, these are, they're many years old. And what is it best to clean your boots with? Well, the likes of Dubarry, you have to be quite careful, because not only are they a leather, they've got the leather, they've also got a lot of this suede finish on, and you have to be really careful if you want to maintain that. As you can see, mine's very dirty anyway, but if you want to maintain that kind of the suede finish, I don't do any kind of cleaner or polish on that. If they get really muddy, I will get some warm soapy water, something like something what you'd wash dishes in, very dilute, in some warm soapy water and a cloth, and just wipe the mud off and then let them air dry. And then I might get a stiff brush and then brush that suede down. On the leather part of the boot, what I use is a product called Pure. Very good. I perhaps didn't pronounce that very good, but it is Pure. And it comes in a little tub. It'll last you many years. It's a clear kind of, you'll see that's a clear waxy kind of polish. I find that it makes the boots waterproof and very easy to applicate, ideal for any leather shoes. I've known guys use this. I have a friend who swears by this on his, he is a keen motorcyclist and obviously wears leathers, and he's into vintage motorbikes, so like some of the more vintage leather motorbike gear, and he even puts this on his motorbike leathers. I've known people use this on leather settees. What I would say with any cleaning product that you're going to use on your boots, on your shoes, on your leather garments, do a little test area where it won't matter, on the back of something, and just see whether you like the finish, whether the finish takes the colour off. Do a test. This stuff is pretty, pretty safe in my view, certainly for old Dubarry boots like this. And all you do to applicate this is, when you buy this, many times you'll probably also get 2 little sponges sent with it. They're not packing, they come packed in a box like that. You'll have 2 sponges. The sponges are the applicators. If you don't get one, if you buy it separately and you don't get any sponges get one of those little kitchen sponges, not the scourer, just this kitchen sponge. And as I say, all you do is you dip that in your polish, and then you basically start applying it to the boot. And I think you can see already, we're getting, it's sort of kind of bringing that brown colouring back into the boot, and obviously, go well into the cracks, as you'd always get cracks on these boots. I mean, hopefully they don't go right through. It's just where the leather's cracked there, and that's what I use. And I will clean these now. I mean, it's a bit like watching paint dry. You don't want to sit here watching me clean a pair of boots, but I will clean them and you've seen what they're like. They're very on the part of the boot, they're very worn, and as I do gardening in these or go walking across the fields, and I will renapure them and then show you them when I finish them. But that's what I use to clean all my boots. But don't, a really top tip in my view, don't get it on the suede part. It tends to make it go almost kind of sticky and not good, and it will never look the same. I mean, okay, mine's very worn and got stains on it already, but I like to keep it like that. I never put polish or any cleaner. All I will do is just basically warm water and some warm soapy water and wash that suede part, then let it air dry if I get a lot of mud on there. So don't put any polish on these Dubarrys where you've got this soft kind of suedey finish. Don't put your polish on there, just on the stiff leather areas you want to polish. Obviously if you've got riding boots, many years ago I did get into horse riding, and I've got several pairs still of proper, what I call proper all leather riding boots. Then this is fine. Renapure is fine for those. You can really give them a good over, and it really brings them up nicely and cleans them well, because often they get filthy. So I will clean these and show you the end results after cleaning them. But I find this is wonderful stuff. As I say, it does waterproof them, it does keep them going a bit longer, and I swear by this for any of those boots that I looked at in that little review that I did. As I say, they're fine for the leather areas, but they say don't put any cleaner like this on the suede part of boots, because you'll find it just doesn't seem to look right. You probably sometimes see these second-hand Dubarry boots, particularly for sale on eBay, where somebody has polished the suede area, and it kind of kills them, to my view. I'd rather have them looking tatty like that. You can put it on these bands of leather. It's fine, if you're careful and get your sponge, and particularly on the stitching, it's fine. And the top band is a shiny leather. It's good to renapure that and renapure these bands, and of course round the foot and the heel area where it's soft, supple leather. But on the suede, keep it off, I find. But say, I will clean them up and then show you what the sort of results you get in a very old tatty pair of boots like this. So we'll come back when I've done that anyway. So there we go. I've cleaned the boots up now with the Renapure cleaner, and I hope you can see that obviously they look, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on those for you. They look a good deal better, obviously, as hopefully you can see that. I did, as I say, I mean, mine are very stained because they've been doing everything. I did wash. I get a little like kitchen sponge with some warm soapy water, and I did just wash the suede area there. Like I say, I never ever put the polish on this area because it goes kind of strange. But now you can see it's cleaned up really quite well, really. I mean, these are incredibly old boots, and they've been everywhere and done everything. And I'm mainly gardening them in the winter, but you can see just how well they do clean up. In a day or two, when that has soaked in a little bit, it's best to leave it. It's quite shiny at the moment. If you don't like that really shiny sort of finish, fine. What I tend to do after a day or two, I leave that to soak in into the leather, and then I will just buff that off with a bit of old cotton cloth, and you tend to lose that shininess, and they just look kind of like they did when they were new, really. Obviously these are very worn and they're never going to look new, but if you get the drift, as I say. And it does, I find it does, this definitely does protect the stitching. It's best to go over around the stitching with the polish, and I'm really pleased how well it cleans these Dubarry boots up. And as I say, considering they must be, I'm guessing they're certainly well over 10 years old. I think they're nearer than 15 years old, and they get a lot of use in the winter. and I haven't cleaned them in many weeks because it's not been particularly good weather. I've just put them on, and so that's really good, and so I would definitely recommend that. And so that's the Renapure cleaner. As I say, and to apply it, you want the little foam sponge. Don't put a lot on. What I tend to do is do it once, then leave them for a little while for that to soak in, then just go over it again with an even lighter covering, and then as I shall leave that a day or two, and then buff it off with a soft cotton cloth, and job done. Well, it's a day or two later, and I just thought I'd put the boots on to show you now how well they look after a good clean up. I've let the Renapure polish really well soak in, and then just sort of lightly buff them off, and they've come up really well. I think you can see, as I say, how well they look, and how much so much more tidier they look. Just for, as I say, that's a very few minutes clean up with the Renapure polish. So yeah, that's my tip there for cleaning these type of boots. Obviously, do keep any polish if you don't want your suede, to get sort of like a greasy finish on it. Keep your polish off that. But any smooth leather boots all over, it's great. You can just go all over with the Renapure and be done with it. And so there we go. Thanks for watching, as always. Please do come back. We shall be having a look at some more of these men's country boots in a future video. I have got several more pairs that I'd like to review and show you and see what you think. Thanks again for all the kind comments. Please do like, subscribe, and we'll be back with some more videos, hopefully.